Vybz FM presents News at 5.
A pleasant good evening to listeners and viewers worldwide. My name is DJ Joe and I'll be reporting for News at 5 for Friday, September 27. In today's news, the PNP president had made the reveal in a social media post this morning that his mother, Miss Lady Patricia Golden, has passed away at age 92. In the post, he said, "What good mom, you will forever live on in our hearts and our memories." Lady Golden was age 92 at the time of death, and she is the mother of the president of the PNP, Mark Golden. Also, in a post made on social media on the behalf of Prime Minister Jones, is sending condolences to the Golden family on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica. I extend heartfelt condolences to Mr. Mark Golden and his family on the passing of his beloved mother, Lady Patricia Golden. And this was a social media post by Prime Minister Jones. Also, a corporate area man is to pay his now ex-girlfriend almost $20,000 in compensation for injuries she sustained when he beat her for refusing to have sex with him. The name of the accused man will not be shared by this news source to protect the identity of the complainant. Allegations detail that the accused punched the complainant all over her body after she refused to have sexual intercourse as she is on her period. The accused, following appearance in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court, accepted the opportunity to attend on-the-spot meditation to resolve the matter of amicably. The meditation agreement stated that the accused should pay the complainant $18,500 Jamaican dollars in 2 installments. "Please leave the people's daughter alone. The relationship is over," Senior Parish Judge Sanchia Barrels warned she defendant. He is to return to the court on November 8th. Jamaican woman died tragically in Antigua. A 39-year-old Jamaican woman, Tansheen Ware, who traveled to Antigua in June in search of a better life, died unexpectedly on Tuesday morning, 2 days after she was scheduled to return home. The mother of 3 was known for her love and dedication to her family. Her daughter, Tamara Hayes, said she went to Antigua to stay with her boyfriend. He's also Jamaican, but him over there at work, he invited her to stay with him, but she keep on telling me that she want to come home. Hayes recalled she said she encouraged her to stay. From she do the ear and pull it out her head, don't stop her her. So me don't, so my apologies. So me tell her to tell the man say you want come home. He said for 3 weeks she said we endured debilitating headaches which reinforced her decision to come home. We called Hayes to inform her that a ticket had been booked for her to return to Jamaica, but she could not reach her last Friday, September 20th, or most of the following day. She finally contacted her mother on Saturday evening. "I suspected she was coming on Sunday, September 22, but she didn't confirm because she said she wanted it to be a surprise." Hayes explained, "I knew that she was coming because we spoke late in the night and she already looked dressed. According to Ace, her mother called her brother on Sunday morning and told him that she was coming and that he should pick her up at the airport. But by the time I went to the shop and come back, I saw a number of missed calls on my phone. I thought she had reached Jamaica and they were just calling to get my uncle to pick her up, only to hear that my mother was in hospital. She said, Ace said that she spoke with a man on the phone who indicated her mother was not speaking. Condition was alarming. One at a time, me I wonder if the Eddie click her head. She said, by Monday morning, she said her mother had been sent home from the hospital, but her condition was alarming. When she attacked to me, she attacked like baby. She know she has 3 children, but my name alone she could not remember. She asked me if she's not coming home and me start cry. Ace said the following day. During after the call, Ace learned that her mother was gone. Sex workers say they are lifesavers, although some may criticize those female who sell their bodies for a living. One sex worker says they deserve their flowers. Tia, who has been in and out of the escort business for years, says that in addition to providing the wickedest slam, she often works overtime by playing the role of guidance counselor. After doing this job, I am going to need counseling because the type of things these men want and will tell you about their wives and the family that they live with. It's not just intercourse for us. Sometimes they will tell me so much things that after I am finished, it's like I carry around their problems with me. I have to carry around a concentrated olive oil, so whatever burden or crosses they have don't stick with me because I have to go home to my children, she said. Very technical principal is calling for the safe school bus system with one student fatally struck by a vehicle and another hit by near her home. Very technical principal O'Neill Lewin is pleading for a school bus system to be put in place to keep his charge to keep his charges safe. He said, in an unimpressed by the service being provided by the current transport operators and believes reintroduction of rural school bus service will provide a more wholesome environment for commuting students. We were a part of the Safe School Bus system where the Jamaican Urban Transit Company used to provide transportation and that used to impact a significant number of students here. However, that was discontinued and now we have challenges with the quality of the service we are getting from the taxis and buses. When we find that the taxis and buses are overcrowded, the type of music being played is inappropriate and the students are gravitating towards the kind of operations they also wait in the evenings for specific vehicles to transport them. The environment is more of a dancehall kind of let loose environment and it is not good because when the students get to school, they are not settled, they are hyped up, he added. He is hoping that JUTC service will be reintroduced into Clarendon soon as recently indicated by the Transport Minister Daryl Vaz, Maria Richards and 11-year-old student of the school died on Tuesday from injuries received after being hit by a vehicle as she attempted to cross the street to get to her home. According to the police report, the incident happened sometime after 4 p.m. It was reported that a Toyota Isis bus was traveling south all along the Kemps Hill Main Road, and as it neared the junction with Joe Walters Street in Racecourse, Richards exited another vehicle coming from the opposite direction. As she attempted to cross the road, the young girl reportedly walked into the path of the Isis. She was transported to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. When Lewin heard of the incident, he initially thought it was the same one he had gotten word of earlier. A student was standing by the sidewalk when a taxi got out of hand and hit her and pushed her into the drain. The taxi driver took her to the hospital where she was treated and released without any serious injuries, the principal told the news team. When they received a second call that one of the students has died after being hit by a vehicle, he was confused. Initially, I thought it was the first accident, which was already reported. However, I got confirmation later that that was a totally different accident. When I visited the Lionel Town Hospital, it was a tragic and traumatic because the child was actually hit on her gate, which was in front of Kempsville High School. When that incident happened, the school administrator said he is expecting a team from the ministry to assist with grief counseling, which is standard protocols in these cases. On Wednesday, Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, Dr. Lewin Jones, said the latest fatality brings into sharp focus the matter of vulnerable road users and the issue of road safety. He stressed that children should be taught at school and at home how to properly cross the roads. Speeding must not be allowed in built-up areas. There should be increased public education campaigns on proper road use, and cameras should be installed to detect breaches so offenders can be warned and fined. Co-accused killer of Beachy Stout wife sentenced life imprisonment. Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout, Matt Nadal, and co-convict Oscar Barnes, who in March were found of murder and conspiracy to murder in 2020 killing of Matt Nadal's wife, Tonya, have been sentenced to life imprisonment. The sentence was handed down in the Supreme Court on Thursday morning. Both convicts will be eligible for parole after serving 28 years and 11 months behind bars. On this conspiracy to murder charge, Beachy Stout was sentenced to 4 years and 6 months, while Barnes received 6.5 years. Both sentences are to run concurrently. Tonya was gruesomely murdered on July 20th, 2020 on the main road in Sherwood Forest in Portland. She was stabbed repeatedly, her throat slashed, and the Toyota Axio motor car she was driving in, along with her body, burned. McDonald, who was Tonya's husband at the time of her murder, was arrested and charged with the killing. Oscar Barnes was later arrested. Beachy Stout, co-accused, pleaded guilty for murdering. Three murdered in Green Island. The Hanover police are getting help from the Major Investigation Division as they probe 3 murders committed in Green Island on Tuesday night. A 61-year-old man was killed in the first incident, followed by a man and a woman killed a short time later. The murders took place in Arden Hall, using usual quiet community in Green Island Police Division, which has recently become a challenge for law enforcers. Unconfirmed reports are that all three were employed at a mega construction site in the parish. Currently, some intense investigation is underway. The major investigation division is giving us some support where this is concerned, but our teams are investigating and seeing what we can actually analyze and get on the ground. We are also asking the citizens of Hanover to cooperate with us to help us resolve these murders, said Head of Police Area 1, Assistant Commissioner Glenford Miller. In the first incident, laborer Melvin, also known as Runtings Davis, was shot and killed at his home in Arden Hall about 10:30 p.m. according to the police. Davis was at home when he was attacked by armed men who opened gunfire, hitting him in the upper body. Approximately 25 minutes later, a woman and a man were killed at their house. Their relationship was not disclosed. The two have been identified as 45-year-old Andre Cully, otherwise called Back-O, an electrician of Arden Hall, Green Island, Hanover, and 43-year-old Stacey Ann Williams, otherwise called Sandy, a laborer of Shuttlewood in the eastern end of the parish. A police report around 10:55 p.m. The two were at home when two armed men with handguns opened fire at them. From the police perspective, we cannot say now that both incidents are related, but they actually happen in close proximity to time to each other, and they actually happen in the same district, said ACP Miller. A disheartened member of the parliament in Hanover Western, Tamika Davis, said the incidents have come at a time when the parish has seen a reduction in murders. We hope it is what it is, and it is not the start of something in this usually peaceful and quiet community, said the MP, who is encouraged residents to remain calm. I want to encourage citizens who would have seen or heard anything or know anything to help the police, because that is the best way that we can help. JPS customers will see an increase in bills due to electricity theft. Jamaica Public Service JPS customers have reportedly seen an increase in their bills since last year to cover electricity stolen from the grid. In a response to the inquiries from the opposition regarding customer bills, Energy Minister Darryl Vybz yesterday revealed that last year the electricity stolen amounted to an alarming US 28.19 US $28.19 million. He said this figure accounts for a notable 17.91% of customers' monthly electricity expenses. The minister explained that the costs associated with these non-technical losses are recovered through energy and demand charges on customer bills. You were saying right here, let me pull up this.
the documentation provided, it was outlined that the Jamaican consumers bear the cost of both technical and non-technical losses of part of their electricity billing under the following components. 1. Technical losses. Consumers cover the extra fuel costs incurred due to technical losses through the fuel charge. B. The extra operational and maintenance expenses resulting from technical losses are included in the non-fuel portion of the bill. The cost of non-technical losses related to fuel is recovered through the fuel charge, which passes the fuel cost to the consumer, adjusted for any change in the heat rate. Costs associated with non-technical losses are recouped through the energy and demand charge annually based on JPS's performance in the previous year. 2023, the Jamaica Public Service experienced technical losses amounting to 7.67% and non-technical losses of 17.91%. In 2023, the dollar value of electricity stolen from the JPS distribution system was US $28,197,648, representing 19.82% of the total electricity distributed.
The minister said the government is dedicated to tackling the issue despite being challenged.
The situation is based on the current license that the JPS has. They recover everything from the consumer. So the fact of the matter is, whether they have a very, very aggressive anti-theft program in place or not, it makes no difference to the bottom line. High on my agenda, it is not an easy fix based on the geographics and of course the culture that we have, but I look forward to working with you and all other stakeholders in finding a solution and a commitment from the government to find the resources, the fiscal resources that are going to be needed to tackle this in a comprehensive manner.
A Florida gun on his mother during an argument. On Tuesday, the Maypen police charged a man for pulling a gun on his mother during an house in Fort Parts. Miguel Grant, who is 19-year-old, was charged for assault at common law and possession of prohibited weapon. A court date is being arranged. The police reported that on September 22, Sunday, September 22 at 2 p.m., Grant and his mother were having an argument when he brandished a handgun and pointed it in her direction and threatened to kill her. His mother then ran out of the house and called the police. Upon arrival of the lawman, Grant was arrested and placed in custody. He was subsequently charged on Tuesday. That's it for News in 5 this evening at Pardon me this guys, it's the first time doing this report, so it's kind of difficult to be honest. It's kind of it's very difficult because I'm reading off the paper and it's very difficult. I gotta say big up to everyone. You don't know, it's the first DJ Joe is doing our reports. It's kind of hard, very, very difficult. It's been like very hard to do this report. So I gotta say, tune in to next News at 5 tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. right here on World Vybz Radio, or if you're listening us on YouTube or watching us on YouTube perhaps. Thanks for listening us. My name is DJ Joe and I'm your reporter for Friday, September 27th, 2024, News at 5. Thank you for being here with me.